It's Yate the Barber Stylist, and we're back with, of course, another video. Another video. We are journaling, vlogging Diane's lock journey for the first year. At least we think so right now. It just all depends on how long it takes for her locks to mature. So, of course, y'all know that I'm getting the other tablet together so that I can see the comments and also interact as well. So once again, I am Yate Keaton, also known as Yate the Barber Stylist. I am a independent contractor for Team No Grease. If y'all don't know about No Grease Barbershop, they are based out of Charlotte. However, there are two locations here in the Columbia, South Carolina area. One at Columbia Mall, which is where I'm located, and the other one is down on Gervais Street. So we have Diana here, who's an HR professional, consultant, and manager. And she also helps me out a lot too. So, but I am her stylist, and we started her locks back in December. So she's actually 6 months, 1 week, and 4 days. So she's 25 weeks and 4 days in. But I say 6 months because 6 months, 25 weeks. That's 6 months, 1 week, and 4 days. So. That's how long she's been on the journey. She's back. We have not gotten started with it. However, we're going to do the normal process. Of course, we're going to take the pictures and put some in the stories. But we're going to shampoo her. I'm going to examine her scalp, make sure everything is coming along great, as well as get her retwist done and continue to cultivate them locks around her strands around her locks to keep this journey going. Yes. So, how has it been? What's been going on?
It's been good. I'm excited for the 6 month journey because I was so curious to know what my hair will look like at 6 months. So it was nice to see how it looks now. It's less frizzy. We were talking about that.
Okay,
last
so
time.
Less frizzy. Why is it less frizzy?
Because
okay.
I was the problem. It was me. So
what's the problem?
Hey,
what's this natural B stylist? Thank you for joining. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, sorry.
No,
I'm trying to make sure that I acknowledge.
Yes. Hi to everyone that's here.
The Beauty Crew podcast is joined. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so I was supposed to be like missing the air and kind of walking into it. And I wasn't doing that all the time. I think that what
with mist bottles, she was supposed to be misting it and kind of going into it. You know how you spray your hair with the oil sheen and kind of do like that? Okay.
So I realized what was getting me was the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I tend to go early. I try to go early as I can. I tend to start work 8, 9, and I try to be up like 6, 7, like a few hours before to kind of get my mind ready. But I'm not up. I've just gotten to the point of like getting my body up and my mind slowly meets me to and I think I'm just going through emotions, and instead of like misting, kind of walking. And I noticed that the last time we spoke that certain mornings, if I'm not fully up, I will spray, and then I just stopped altogether.
Okay.
And I would kind of like for maybe probably by afternoon, I might say, okay, let me miss because I'm up now. But I stopped doing it in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not up.
I'm
just up enough.
So she's not she's up, but she's not up. Where she's conscious of how much misting she's doing. So during the middle of the day, she missed. So what I suggest to not just my lock clients, and this is whatever your preference is, but like when I have clients who have 2-strand twist or anything along those lines, I suggest our hair loves water. Let's just put it out there: moisture, water, hydration. And yes, moisture, hydration, the definition is different. The bottom line, our hair loves water. So with that being said, what I suggest to many of my clients, especially if they have two-strand twists, or even my lock clients, get a 360 mist bottle, place some water in it, your choice, tap, distill, spring, whatever you want to put in there. I also like to encourage them to add a few drops of essential oil. My essential oil of choice is rosemary. But nonetheless, I suggest that they do that because it allows the hair to swell a little, and then to run their fingers through it. I do it even with mine when I'm gonna sponge it, or if I just take my hand and do it, or if I just want to kind of just pull it up and go on about my business. It helps to wake up the bed head. That's what I normally say. But I suggest that they do that, mist it just enough so the water, kind of lays on it, not spray it. Okay, not spray it, saturate it, or dampen it too much, but just enough to mist it and run their fingers through it so that the curls, the locks, or the two-strand twist can kind of fluff up and firm up a little bit and go on about their business. I suggest doing it in the morning or maybe during the middle of the day, but not at night when you're going to bed, because you're putting your bonnet on, you're tying it down. Damp places, cool places, dark places, that's all I'm going to say. So you don't want to wake up with it smelling bad, smelling like it's molded, or, got the bad smell to it. So, anywho,
yeah,
that's why I suggest it. And I not only suggest it to my clients, I also do it too, because I have a little bottle like this. It's mini size that's in my bathroom, and I have it right there ready to go.
Yeah.
So the problem was you.
I was a problem. And now I try to wait till like maybe midday to remember. So I try to remember to do it after I've been working long enough. Maybe got a cup or two of coffee in. I'm like, okay.
So you're a coffee person, huh?
I'm having off coffee, but that's a whole nother challenge for another day. Yeah, but yeah, I'm a coffee person.
All right, so we do have frizziness with the early stages of locks forming. Locks are finding their way, and of course, depending on how you're caring for them in between, you're gonna get that until they become solid in their form. You'll have that, and even as they grow at the root, you'll have some, and you may have some throughout the strand of the lock. But for the most part, once they become mature, they are solid, and you don't have to worry about the frizziness as much. I'm going to say you don't have to worry about it completely, but as much. You won't have to worry about it as much. So we found out what the problem is. She was the problem with the frizziness. So growth, I do see growth. From here, looking at her locks, I can see where they're still budding to a degree. You can see some of them where they're solid. We'll show it in the stories. So if you follow me, you'll get to see them in the stories. But nonetheless, they're coming along really, really well. And as she said,
what means solid?
Solid means when
Because you get me excited.
A solid, that they're solid all the way through from root to end, except for the new growth.
Okay, that's different from mature. Okay.
Yeah. So once they become solid, they're fully mature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're not, they're not budding. They're not in teenage stage. They're not going through that process. They're fully matured locks that are solid completely throughout. I won't say strand, not one strand, two strand.
Yeah.
But throughout the length of the lock, they're solid throughout. So
Real quick, speaking of stages, because I did do a quick Google search, and I saw that there was like preteen, if I'm correct, teenager stage. I think it was one other stage, and then like mature. Is that all the right stages, or
well,
with...
Okay, so let me do this.
Okay, I think I'm probably the preteen.
Let me handle it.
Okay, which is probably
let me have her. Yeah.
It's probably
so, I always recommend. I'm not getting paid for this, but I promote it because I use it as a reference. I share it as a reference for those who are considering locks, who are in the early stage of growing locks, or even if you've had locks, but you still have questions about them. Nakina Evans' book, Hair Locking, Everything You Need to Know, African Dread and Nubian Locks, she talks about a lot of things, and I'm glad you brought this up because there's something that I highlighted in here that I wanted to make mention of. But there are different stages of locks. Of course, you got the beginning stage, and it's like growth. You're an infant. Then you become what? A toddler.
Yeah.
Then you become what?
A preteen.
A preteen. What's preteen? Like 9, 10, 11, 12-ish.
Like
just depends.
14, 13.
Right. And then teen, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then you become adult.
Yeah.
So the locking stage, those stages are similar. Names are different, but they're similar to that. Yeah. So with that, I want to share something that I came across when I was going through this. And basically how Nakina Evans' book is set up here, she talks about, greetings, thank you for tuning in. She talks about how she outlines the book. It goes into dedication, acknowledgement, preface, and then introduction. She does misconceptions. So there are about 10 misconceptions, and then she put the fact underneath the misconception. So she'll name a misconception and then place the fact. So example, I just so happen to be on this page. It says misconception 4. We must be Rastafarian, Jamaican, or from the islands if you wear locks. Fact, most people who wear locks are of African ancestry. And even though we know now that it's not just Africans or blacks or African Americans, people of African descent wearing locks, you have other nationalities, our Caucasian, Asians, and you can see it, they're wearing them too. Now it takes a little bit more for them to obtain the lock, their hair to lock. It takes more for their hair to lock, but they are wearing locks. And I hate to say style or a trend when our hair naturally locks. If you leave it to its on natural devices. Its own devices, it'll do that. So that was a myth that was said. But what I wanted to talk about here, and people ask when they gonna grow, how fast they gonna grow, and when I'm gonna get there. So the 6 misconceptions she has here is you can grow locks fast. Fact is, locks take anywhere from 6 to 12 months to mature. And it may take longer than 12 months depending on the hair texture and the density of the hair. Like her hair is soft and it's fine. So we went with 2-strand twists. If you've been following us, you know that. 2-strand twist was a better method for her. Not only because she had used 2-strand methods leading up to that, but to give her the to help it mature along the process a little faster. 2-strand twist was better than the traditional comb coils. And there are other methods that are used to install locks. We got some coming to tell you about that, but do your research, you'll know there are many other methods to have locks installed. So those are just a few. But going back to this myth, you can grow locks fast. It says here, growing locks requires an investment of time. So if you're looking to do it quick, fast, and in a hurry, you might want to choose lock extensions, or the interlocking or crochet method. Now, even when you do those other methods, your natural hair still has to lock and find its way. She talks about that process too. So it says here, it necessitates putting forth time, faith, patience, risk-taking, attitude changes, going against the grain, shifting your comfort zone, or just plain old accepting your God-given inheritance. So because this book is written from an Afrocentric perspective, the material or the information within is geared more towards those who are of African descent in terms of this information. However, it still lends to providing you the difference between the misconception and the facts of some of the questions that people have as it regards to locks. So she tells us that, she said, if you're looking for a quick and easy way to get the African look, you may be in for a surprise. So I go back to, if you don't have the patience, you're not ready to put in the time to go through the process, then you might want to choose those other methods. Nothing wrong with it, it's just your choice. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is it talked here, and this goes in reference to us doing the 2-strand twist. She talked about here, it says the palm roll is the most authentic and effective method of starting locks because it is a unifying energy. It brings everything into oneness.
Wow, that's amazing. So
what I will say too, Nakina also, my perception of her perspective is also spiritual. It's more of a holistic approach to the locking method. So she goes on to say here, twisting, i.e. double strand twisting or 2-strand twisting. That's with 2 strands of hair and you're twisting them together. It says here has an energy of 2, bringing 2 into oneness.
Wow.
So as we did with you got the 2 strands, we're bringing them together, but eventually it will become the oneness as they interlock within each other.
Yeah.
Right. So then she also goes into the second best. That's the second best. So when you're palm rolling it, a 2-strand twisting or double strand twisting is what she used, is the second best. Braiding has the energy of 3. And I'm old school, we call it plaiting, but it's braiding. Like we call individual box braids plaits because it's singular. But she says here, braiding has the energy of 3, which is bringing 3 energies into one. So for those of you who are not familiar with plaiting or braiding, is taking not 2 strands, but 3 strands and combining them together. So it looks, a rope is more twisted, but it has the basket, the weaving pattern to it, which is the 3 strand. And it says, which brings 3 energies into one. This is the least effective, as you know, whenever there is unity, no division or oneness, there is more power. So that's what I came across. I want to share that in reference to palm rolling, the 2 strands and the 3 strands, and how the palm rolling is the most authentic way to effectively start the method of locking the hair. So that's just something that I thought was interesting and wanted to share doing this process. But like I said, her book, Everything You Need to Know about African dreads and Nubian locks, those are just some names that locks, dreadlocks are called by within our community. It's found on Amazon. It's not that expensive, And then we also have Locked and Loaded, which is a journey, 12-month journey journal that is used, and Diane has been utilizing that for her journey, and we've taken it from there to actually vlog it. So that, hey King, thank you for tuning in. I love and miss you too. As a matter of fact, I need to call you because I need your mentorship on something, but we'll talk about it when I give you a ring. So with that, I always, and there are many other books out there, but I was actually introduced to this book some years ago by the gentleman who actually put it together for her. I met him before I actually met her, but then I had an opportunity to meet her as well. So a lot of informative information. She debunks the misconception and provides you with the facts, as well as offer you a spiritual and a holistic viewpoint about African dreads and Nubian locks. So that's a good resource. And also, if you're one who like to write or reflect on or document your starter lock journey, Locked and Loaded is another great book as well. And I can't forget about mine that talks about my story of coming back into the industry, as well as me being a part of the industry, but just now coming back around to it. That story, all of that is there. You can click the link in my bio, as well as check out Amazon for it. But click the link in the bio, it'll take you right to the Amazon link to make the purchase. Hey Lady D, thank you for joining, greatly appreciate it. Once again, I am Yate Keaton, also known as Yate the Barber Stylist, formerly Miss Pro Natural. I'm still Pro Natural, but yeah, I'm a barber stylist. My license say Master Hair Care, but it's in essence like a cosmetologist on the barbering side. I just have a little more extensive training with the clippers. So but I specialize in natural hair care. I do cut all textures where I'm located, but I provide services to natural hair clients. And we're here with this vlogging journey. We're 6 months in, 6 months, 1 week and 4 days, 25 weeks and 4 days, whatever, however you want to say it. That's how long she's been on this journey, and we're just coming on to vlog it as we're going through this process as a first-time lock wearer, and me as a barber stylist who offer starter lock and lock maintenance services, amongst other things. And I know they say you find your niche. Well, my niche is natural hair. That's my niche for now. And I do most things natural. I have about a good solid 10 services that I offer, from braids, 2-strand twists, comb coils, lock maintenance, starter locks, cornrows, and I do, with the influence of Diane and some other clients, I do some extensions. I provide them on a private basis. I also do some mobile service where I have a few elderly clients that I service. I go to them, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, you can catch me at No Grease. Yeah. Look at my schedule to view my hours of when I'm in the barbershop. Other than that, I think we gonna call it a wrap, because we have got...
Really quick, I just wanted to say, as you mentioned all your services, I was just thinking about how you care for my hair in every stage. So loose hair, so loose curls, and you actually were the person I got it curly from top to bottom, or root to end, and then I convinced you to do some extensions.
when I say that she helps me out a lot, that's what I mean. She really helps me out a lot. I'm serious.
Yeah.
From the hairstyling to the hair content to the hair. Oh, Yate, I think you should do this, and I know you can do this. And even when I say I can't do this, it's really I don't want to do it for whatever reason. Most of the time it's about time, you know, because it takes a long time to do.
Yeah.
So it's like but because you can do this, this, and this. Well, I know you can do that. So yeah.
And just as much as you don't want to take the time